Hi everyone. Today we are talking about walk into your destiny.
Yay!
Okay. Today Josh will tell about the story.
So this is the story of David and Nathan.
Mhm.
So David, he brought an idea to Prophet Nathan,
Mhm.
saying that, hey, I live in a great house made out of cedar tree wood. Cedar tree woods are very precious,
Expensive.
expensive too. How in this big house made of cedar tree woods? But God's living in a little tent.
Oh, okay.
Should I build a house for God?
Mhm.
And so he said, go ahead and do what you please.
Who said Nathan? Prophet Nathan.
Nathan
Okay.
said, okay, go ahead, do what you please.
Mhm.
I'm sure God will be pleased too.
Mhm.
So then he left. That night, God told Nathan that, hey, I've lived in that tent ever since it was assembled in the desert.
Mhm.
Now, this makes you wonder.
Mhm.
You lived in it since then. But what about this evil and sin they did?
Okay.
Because if you look in the story of Judges, they did a lot of sin. And
Okay.
that's before David.
Okay.
So how come God's still living in that?
Okay.
So then we come to the place where God wasn't driven out.
Okay.
He stayed there because there was no sin in it.
Even though they say,
They didn't do sin. They didn't put idols in it. They didn't do that.
okay.
They put it outside.
Okay.
But if you go to the story of the siege, if you go forward, you see they set up temples in set up idols in the temple of the Lord.
Okay.
That's why the Lord was driven out, because he can't see these idols.
So God hates putting the idols in the temple.
Mhm.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
a very jealous God.
Okay. Okay.
He likes to keep his space.
Yeah.
Like
Come back to the
mountain-
story.
Yeah. So then
David thought of building it.
Yeah, and so that God said, "Hey, yeah, in the tent." So plus David's not the one to do it. But he's seen too much blood and killed many men.
Okay.
As you can see, his surroundings kind of matter to God.
Okay.
So yes, then we go to the place where he's going, and then Nathan says, and then God says that Solomon, his son, will
son of
become king,
David,
and his
Solomon will build the
son,
temple.
and he will be a man of peace,
Okay.
not war.
He will build the temple.
So that's what he did,
Okay. Okay.
and that's what happened.
So here we can see that David was one day he's lying in his couch
Mhm.
and he was thinking, oh, I'm living in a very nice palace, but God is in a tent. No, he always think about God. That is the uniqueness of David. Even though he is a king, he has to do many things. He was thinking about God. He was focusing on God, not focusing on himself. So in our life too, we need to focus on God, not to the circumstance we are in, not always the problems we are in. We have to take off our mind and focus on God, right? And not only that, we have to connect with God. Here we can see that David was connected with God, and one more thing, he was connected with the right kind of people. David was connected with Nathan,
Prophet Nathan.
prophet. Okay. So that is the one thing I understood, I learned from David's life. Hey, Johan, what do you think about David? And you have something to say about David?
Yes, I have a lot.
Okay.
God will. Let's take it.
God will give us a plan,
Plan.
to build his
Temple.
temple. Okay, okay. So what is the temple in our New Testament?
It is us.
Oh, we are the temple of God. Okay.
Everyone's the temple of God.
Even you.
Even you can be the temple of God.
So
If you believe
yeah,
in Jesus.
God will give a plan to build the temple. Here we can see that God gave a plan in mind of David to build a temple. And in New Testament, we are the temple of God. Okay? God will give a plan, or God will give a idea, or God will speak to us for build things for our destiny. I mean, spiritual destiny. Okay? So, as a new covenant believers, we have to connect with God. We have to connect with the right kind of people so that God will give us idea to our destiny. Okay? So, hey, Josh, you want to say something about David? No, he went through battle and he acquired a lot of things.
Yeah, it kind of deals with how the surroundings.
Okay.
So look, David was he went out to fight with a sword.
Okay.
And so that made him see too much blood.
Okay. Okay.
So when he looks to the temple, he might see too much blood.
Well, that's why God said, it's not you, it's your son Solomon going to build the temple.
Because Solomon had no experience in war.
He's a man of peace.
Yeah, he's a man of peace. He's peace.
Okay, but
David, he's kind of more like a warrior. His surroundings discontact him with what he wanted to do.
But still, he what? he accumulated all the gold and silver and all the things, and he got all the things through the battle. He stored for the building of temple, right?
Like everything, every nation he captured,
Yeah.
he took all the things like the gold, precious, and also one thing. I was sitting meditating on this.
Okay.
And I suddenly just started to draw pictures.
Okay.
And so it says in the Bible, he took great amounts of gold and silver and bronze, and also took golden shields.
What is the shield in spiritual realm, Johan? What is the shield?
Well, it's faith.
The faith.
And protection.
Protection. Okay. Yeah, cool.
So that means in our life, the great riches God's given us turns into the protection. And then he also took some chariots.
He made chariots.
And that protection turned into the ministry.
Okay, that's a ministry.
And that turned into the temple, which I believe is a church.
So from shield, that is protection, into chariot, that is ministry, and into the temple of God. And we are the temple of God.
It's like going another step. First we have prostitutes, it's a step. And then shields, then chariots, then the whole and all and all.
Okay.
Then you're finished you're with God in heaven.
Great step.
Great.
You know, like the whatever victories in our spiritual battle will take us into our destiny. That you may be having a small victory, but it will take you into ministry, or it will take you into your destiny. How is it?
Nice.
Okay. See, one more thing I want to address to the people. See, like God will assign the angels to take us to our destiny. So there are three things. One thing, God will give us some plan, and God will speak through His voice. No, maybe it can be through the Bible, or can be through a prophet, or can be through like our dreams or vision.
And also,
And God will assign angels. That angels will help us to take us into the destiny. You know, one of the things, when God called Abraham, like to leave his nation and go to the place where God will show him. And when God called Abraham, he assigned an angel to him. And this angel was with Abraham, and the same angel was with Isaac, the same angel was with Jacob, and the same angel was with the people of Israel and with Moses. And when they are about to reach the promised land, God now, He told Moses, use my name, Yahweh. So when God introduced the name Yahweh, now the another angel assigned to Moses, so that they can enter into a new land, into a new assignment, into a new destiny. So in our life too, God will assign the angels that will take us into the destiny. So connected with God, connected with right kind of people, and connected with your angels, and hear from God, and that will take you into your destiny.
Mm-hmm.
So, walk with God, connected with God, that will take you into your destiny.
And
Have a
one
blessed day.
word up.